We get this question a lot about IT certifications, especially ones that have been around for a while. So, let's just tackle it head on. Is the F5 CAB1 exam still worth taking in 2026?
It's a fair question. The tech world moves so fast. But honestly, for this specific cert, the answer in 2026 is a resounding yes. It's actually become less of a resume booster and more of a strict gatekeeper for any serious infrastructure roles.
A gatekeeper, huh? The data we're seeing is pretty stark. It's not just top companies in finance and healthcare anymore. Even the US Department of Defense is using the number of F5 certified people on a team as a key factor when they award contracts.
Right. It's reached a point where if you don't have this certification, you're not even in the running for the most interesting projects. Think of it as a technical passport. Without that stamp, you might have all the raw talent, but recruiters and automated systems are funneling you straight into basic, peripheral support roles. You're watching from the sidelines instead of building the core network.
So it's the clear buy-in to get into the big leagues. But let's talk about what that means for your bank account. What's the actual ROI on this thing?
That's where it gets really interesting. It all comes down to a classic supply and demand problem.
I'm looking at the numbers here. There's an annual deficit of 30,000 skilled big IP specialists in Europe and the US right now. And because of that, certified professionals are commanding a salary that's 15% to 25% higher than their peers with the exact same experience.
Exactly. Companies in finance, retail, and healthcare are terrified of downtime. A single hour of an application being down can cost them millions. So they're not just paying for a certificate, they're paying for uptime insurance. They see that F5CA badge and know you're less likely to cause a catastrophic failure.
That makes sense. It really explains why some companies are now offering signing bonuses just for having the certification. It's like they'd rather pay a premium for a certified engineer up front than risk losing a fortune because an uncertified admin made a rookie mistake during a critical upgrade.
It's the specialized surgeon effect in networking. The fewer people who can do the job right, the more the market is willing to pay to secure one.
So, it's a high return investment, especially when you look at how little it costs to get started. That brings us to the actual barrier to entry,
You'd think for something with that kind of salary bump, the cost would be massive.
right? But the exam itself is only about $130. There are no mandatory, expensive boot camps, and F5 provides a ton of free study guides and resources. Most people can prep and pass it in under 4 months, even with a full-time job.
It's incredibly efficient. It's the perfect pivot tool for someone in a general DevOps or network operations role who wants to specialize and seriously level up their career without going into debt for it.
And the real aha moment for me was the renewal process. You can renew it for free just by participating in technical training or real-world project work. So this isn't a credential you have to keep rebuying every couple of years. It becomes a career-long asset that grows with you.
It's like the Linux of certifications. It's low cost to get started, but there's almost infinite room to scale your expertise up into advanced security or telecommunications roles, which are even more lucrative.
So it's cheap, it's fast, and it pays off. For anyone listening who's on the fence, can you just boil down the key takeaways for 2026?
Sure. First, think of it as your technical passport. For core roles in government and finance, it's pretty much mandatory. Second, remember the 25% salary premium. That's a direct result of a 30,000 person talent shortage in the market. Third, the ROI is huge. You're looking at a $130 investment for a direct path into high-stakes roles. And finally, it's directly relevant today. The 2026 syllabus is updated for cloud and automation, so the skills you learn are exactly what companies need right now.